I don't know, like, she's out there. You're the Florida version of Sex in the City, JD.
That's when I was smoking my cigar.
Don't be an asshole today.
I'm going to go ahead and change your name, Tyler.
Okay.
Okay. You are now Tyler, as opposed to Emily.
Okay. That works. Oh, I am on Emily's login. There we go.
Yeah, I feel better about things now.
He's a married man, you can tell.
Everything gets together.
Fused immediately.
It's exactly how it works. So I found some Pride wear.
Woo! Oh, nice. Love it.
There it is.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I figured we got what, two more shows to make it through Pride Month.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've worn every piece of Pride clothing I have now. So
good for you.
I might have to rainbow tie-dye something between now and next show.
I bet you know how to do that too.
I don't. I don't.
You seemed like you did when you did that.
I know that has something to do with it, but I'm not crafty.
Neither am I.
I've seen it done before, and that's half of it. So
yeah, I've watched a YouTube video. No, I've actually never really seen. You know what? I took an art class in high school, and I learned how to batik, and that was close.
Well, I know Tyler has something prideful for us today, right?
I know,
yes.
Tyler, I feel bad. I'm not drinking booze.
Yeah, I was about to ask, what are you drinking?
This is it's Schweppes sparkling lemonade.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm even worse.
I had to take antibiotics because I'm getting an ear infection.
Yeah, okay.
Me too.
Really?
That's why I have the Coke today.
Oh my God, we're like,
I'm on
as
antibiotics
here,
also.
We're in the wars.
Oh my gosh. Well, now I feel bad about my George Strait tequila over
No,
here.
that's fine.
So-
You know, I'm happy as long as someone's indulging.
Yes.
George Strait has a tequila with his name on it. Wow.
Yes, he has one with his name on it. This is not that one. I wanted to try the company out. It's called Codigo.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote a song about it and all of that, but he actually now has his own labeled añejo by them. So I want to start with reposado, and it is an amazing reposado, like perfect balance of like peppery and light caramel notes, but not sweet. Love it. And I usually don't drink tequila, so
I gotta say, I'm kind of like sick of the sweet stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like the flavored things, except for the Shanky's whip. Like I think I'll always like that because I am like a vanilla freak. So I will put vanilla in anything. And so that like I'm okay with, but like the caramel ones and the mocha and all that, like I'm kind of like past sweet right now. It might just be a phase. I'm not saying it's forever. It might just be a phase, but I'm not digging this sweet right now. So
I still drink Rumple Mints, so you know, some phases never end and it's okay.
Right. Yeah. I know if I get my hands on that shit, man, I'd be down on I would be drinking it right now. Like that, I would totally be drinking. I'm just trying to like be careful of my sugar intake when I have an infection because I'm diabetic. Everything will get out of whack. So I'm trying to be cool about it because I'm like right now my current addiction is Maki balls, Maki ice cream.
Oh
my God, they're like
that sounds good.
Ooh.
Yeah. That whatever that Maki is, that goo on the outside of them or whatever that is, it's like it's a little bit like Jello if Jello could be a string, if you could string Jello, right? So we have mango and passion fruit, we have chocolate hazelnut, and we have raspberry, and it's like it's just you can't. I hate having these kinds of addictions. Thank God they're small.
Me too.
Oh man,
I've had those moments.
Yeah.
There was a point in my life when I could not drive home without stopping and getting a McDonald's sundae. And if I did do that, I was going out later for it. So
That's funny. It used to be that way with Taco Bell on weekends. Couldn't let a weekend go by, especially if I was out clubbing. Ooh,
yeah, oh
nothing
yeah.
like sitting in that 3 a.m. line, waiting for a couple chalupas.
Oh, they're one of the few places still open when I get out of work, and I have about made their entire business work off of their quesadillas. So I'm keeping whatever the Taco Bell on 3rd Street is, I'm keeping it alive. But
Taco Bell's doing drag shows, having drag shows in Las Vegas.
that's
The Las
awesome.
Vegas Taco Bells have like
Oh.
RuPaul's drag queens are there doing shows, and I'm like, every Taco Bell should do this.
Yeah,
Every one of them.
they would be very much more popular than they already are.
I'm like, let's send it to the stratosphere. Let's
Just run
Put
it.
it out there.
right? Fuck McDonald's.
Yeah, I didn't know Taco Bell could be more popular or more desired late night, but they did it.
Yeah, exactly. That's just it. It was like, what can we do to get to the next level? So yeah, I'm like, I'd be willing to go to Vegas just for that. I would plan a trip around that. I really would.
No,
Yeah.
but that's worth being like the non-negotiable of the trip. I don't care if I don't see Caesar at Caesar's
Right.
Palace.
I'm kind of like all into Vegas right now because we just finished the 2nd season of Hacks, and
Oh yeah. Oh, wasn't it great?
so
I
good.
love that show. Do you watch it, Tyler?
I have not, but I've just gotten 2 rave reviews about it, so I'm gonna have to add it to the
So
list.
good. It's just so good. It's so great, man. Like the writing is so sharp. It's just witty. It's funny. It's got heart. It's
Mhm.
yeah. It's so binge worthy. I'm not even joking. It is absolutely binge worthy. Like I was nervous when I finished the 1st season because I didn't know there was no announcement about season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2 came out, and now I'm done with that. And I just heard that there's going to be a season 3. So I'm like,
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
good.
it's got Jean Smart. I don't know if you like her. She's before your time a bit, but it's like all generations, because then it's got the younger girl. It's a younger writer, just like for a little synopsis. A young writer gets assigned to write for an icon, a Vegas resident comedian for like 25 years or something. She had the residency,
Okay.
but now she's getting stale, so they give her this young girl to write for her to help her with her act. And then it's just the dynamic between the two of them is so amazing. It's just funny. It's
every character in the whole show is good. There's like the boss's daughter at the talent agency, Kayla. Oh my God. She's my favorite. But yeah,
definitely, yes, it's
really
definitely put it on your list. It's HBO Max. Do you have that?
I'm sure one of the 2 of us do. I'm still trying to figure out who has what these days, but I'm sure one of us has it.
We just got Paramount Plus streaming service over here, so I'm like, thank God, because I watched 1883 when I was home, and then when I got back, I found Yellowstone. So I just binged on the first 2 seasons of Yellowstone, and I'm like, where's season 3? Where's season 3? Couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden I see this announcement that Paramount Plus is now available in the UK. And everybody came for the launch of it, like Michelle Pfeiffer, Sylvester Stallone, Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, everyone for the launch of it, Kevin Costner, everyone, yeah. And so I'm looking at all this on Twitter, and I'm like, well, it's got to be on my TV then. It's got to be available. And sure enough, I found it for $6.99 a month. I'm doing it, and it's got the 3rd season of Yellowstone. So by the time I finish that, maybe it'll have the 4th, and I'll be caught up. I hate being seasons behind what you guys have, because social media is based in like US. So I see all the spoilers and all the clips and everything, and I don't have it. So yeah, it's painful.
Well, I was telling Tyler, I was telling Denise about the distillery you were telling me about. So could you explain? Because I don't, when we were talking the phone, and when I was talking with you, Tyler, the phone kept cutting in and out. So that's why if I asked you a question and it was something you already told me, I probably didn't hear it. So fill us in on this amazing distillery.
So I was looking for doing a cocktail for Pride Month, and just with the bar scene, there's a lot of, interest in everything, and our distributors try to help out and, very product and everything. But this one was provided, it's called Saint Luna, and it is a very refined moonshine. It's an unaged whiskey, charcoal filtered, but unaged. And it's one of only a really small kind of handful of LGBTQ plus owned distilleries in the world.
Wow.
And yeah, and the head distiller is a personal friend of one of my distributors, so he's sold us this product. I've used St. Luna in multiple cocktails, not knowing the backstory. It's just a really cool, they use rye and molasses when they make it. So yeah, so it's got these really cool notes. If you want to use it with something a little more acid forward, you get a little bit more of kind of those like sweet notes out of it from the molasses. And if you want to make kind of a more complex cocktail, you get the sweet notes. But if you do something a little more stirred and up, you get those rye spice out of it. So it's really cool, really unique product, and very, very interesting. Also, the time, coming up on June, it was fun to have that and kind of figure out what I wanted to do with it. And then his business partner, who does a lot of their cocktail side, is a trans woman as well. So they've got a really cool dynamic there. Their website's really cool. Their products are really cool. And while I was doing some research on them, I went to their cocktail sections, and they know how to make cocktails.
Oh,
That's
they have
great.
your seal of approval.
Yes.
That's
So I didn't even take any major liberties. I just took one of their cocktails off of their website that they call the Moonlight Revival, just to kind of showcase their moonshine with a couple kind of interesting, recognized ingredients. And when I was reading through that one, wanted to taste it. It's amazingly balanced, really, really fun, a little bit of herbaceousness, not too sweet or anything, which you get sometimes on those. The distiller's website sometimes go a little sweet forward. This is a very nice balanced cocktail that doesn't need any major changes. So I threw a couple things at the board, wanted to be creative, and said, you know what, they've done a great job, made a great product, and have a great story. I'm just going to run their Moonlight Revival.
I like it.
Wow.
Moonlight Revival. It's
Saint, and again,
Saint Luna.
Yeah.
I like
Saint
it.
Luna.
I like the name. I like the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That would be a great name for a song, Moonlight Revival.
So anyway, again, it doesn't smell like moonshine or like white lightning.
I was just going to say, we shouldn't be put off by the label of moonshine.
No, and I love that they went with the name.
Moonshine out of a mason jar.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
They took a product that's very American, very to the roots. The owner has roots in Tennessee. They distill in North Carolina, but tying back into a really big American tradition that gets overlooked and underplayed, and really trying to refine it and go from there. And they've made a perfect product, really highlighting what they're trying to do. Okay. So this is going to start just an ounce of the St. Luna. On their website, they called for Lillet Rosé, which is another, I'm going to use Coqui Rosé, which is their quinated aromatized wines. So quinine is the ingredient that goes into tonics to make them kind of bitter and tangy.
Oh,
yeah. So this is going to be
a thing.
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of a tangy vermouth almost. It's not quite a vermouth, but it's still aromatized and infused wine. We're going to go 1 ounce.
1 to 1.
Of the, for me, Coqui Rosa. And then they called for Combier, which is going to be a brandy-based orange liqueur.
Nice.
And I hadn't worked with it before.
Can you do like a Grand Marnier or something?
Yeah, you can use a Grand Marnier. You could probably use a Cointreau if you were really in a pinch. You probably want to add a little bit less citrus, but you could use a triple sec or something like that. But I had never worked with the Combier, so I wanted to give it a shot, and it's very nice, very round. Again, thinking like a kind of a Grand Marnier, Cointreau type field. I think this is a little more mellow, kind of cuts nicely and marries a little better. It doesn't quite get those like really sharp high notes that you sometimes get. And it doesn't quite have some of those glycerin effects that you get in some of those products.
Oh, good.
So I was very pleased. I'm going to go an ounce of that. So far I'm at an ounce of St. Luna, an ounce of Coqui Rosa, and an ounce of the Combier. Then to balance all that, just a ½ ounce of lemon juice. I found this very fascinating to do a three-part equal parts cocktail and then add the lemon to balance citrus. Part of the reason why I thought it was very interesting when I made it, works very, very nicely. So
All right.
from there, you've now added citrus. So normally I would have stirred something with this build, but we're going to shake it now, get it all nice and married.
All right.
Yes. Oh. Then these are the new shaker tins that I got for my birthday. So I'm still figuring them out, but they're fantastic.
Those are look like the ones that we used to have at the bar that I could never get apart.
So they need to get worn in a little bit. When they're brand new and they haven't kind of been deformed, they do seal really, really nicely, almost too nice sometimes.
Yeah, there was a trick to it, like tapping it in a certain place on the bar or whatever, and I never could get it. I would have to have. I remember having pool wars trying to get. Yeah.
No, it is one of the most frustrating skills because you either get it and you're lucky, and once you get it, you figure it out, or you don't, and you're 3 years as a bartender still trying to figure out
it has something to do with like that seal, like it, to knock just a little zip of air, like to get it to unseal, and I just couldn't do it.
Exactly.
You don't want to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
and
my
then it's
nightmare.
everywhere.
Right.
So then from their website, they wanted to do a rosewater infused absinthe spritz. My spritzer is currently out of commission, and I did not have time to order a new one. So what the recipe is it's 1 teaspoon of rosewater into 5 ounces of absinthe.
That sounds good.
Wait, isn't that minty? Is absinthe minty?
Absinthe is anise, so a little bit reminiscent of licorice.
Like licorice.
Yeah, but again, when you do spritzes and things like that, you're just getting that aroma, and you're using it more as a bitter than as just liqueur. But through my perusings, there's been this thing called the Ohen cocktail. It's very popular in New Orleans. For a while, it was just as popular as your Sazerac. Oh
wow!
And your Bouqueray. So it was very, very popular in the early 1900s. And Ohen is an anisette from Spain that for some reason took off in New Orleans. There's not really a good connection. Like the story isn't even really there. It's just it became this really high-end product that the who's who like to drink, so everyone drank it.
Like it should be from France, not Spain.
Yeah,
New Orleans, right?
And it just ties in, but they liked it, and so I have my little mixture here based on those same proportions. And since I don't have my spritzer, I'm just going to rinse the glass in it like you would, if you're going to do a martini or a Sazerac.
Right.
Rinse, still get those aromatics and everything.
Fancy.
Ooh. Man. Then, with all of my new bar tools.
Wow.
Oh. Nice.
Look at that. No more improvising at home.
Yeah. I got the full kit to caboodle now. And if you look at it, it's got this amazing color. Like
that is really
pretty color.
Wow. It's too light to really call pink, and I think that's awesome. Like
it's it's blushy. Yeah, it's just blushy.
Yeah, blush is the perfect word.
Yeah, like a coral blush. That's nice.
And
that
I feel like I want to smell it.
Oh, with the rose water in there.
I bet.
Oh, yeah, you get rose water, just a hint of that kind of star anise, like licorice nose. It's just like floral and bright, and
oh my goodness,
that sounds so good.
Yeah.
Oh, and it drinks amazing. You get a lot of the sweet notes out of that. Like it kind of cuts the rye down. You've added some citrus. You've thrown in the Coqui Rosa to balance that out. And it is just fantastic.
Oh wow!
Can we get that that liquor, that moonshine here, or is it only in Memphis?
So it's distilled and produced out of North Carolina. So I am pretty sure you should be able to get it, JB. I have no idea if they're exporting to the UK. So you just have to come back again.
My lesson. Always the last over here. Always the last. But we have a lot of like queer brewing companies. And what I like about that is like that ships right to your door, and you can mix and match like different brews.
Yeah.
And make, make your own 6-pack or 12.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there is one that I follow, and they, like I bought the merchandise and everything. I have the like all beer is gay beer hat, and so they're queer brewing, and I do like them, but it is hard to find those super trendy. You know, like I'm sure boy, I could walk into the American bar and ask for, you know, a drink like on that scale, but you're never gonna find that in a pub. You're just never gonna find that in a high street pub, or you know, So that's the hard thing, and I just don't.
And I'm fortunate that one of my distributors is personal friends with the distiller, because it's in every bar. It's in every bar in Memphis, just about. But that's because we have a very good champion for them.
Great.
And more than happy to have it. Like I said, I've been using it for over a year and had no idea the backstory. It's just an awesome product.
Do they do anything else, or is that just their signature?
To my knowledge, this is what they're sticking with right now. They're relatively new. So they're just really getting this brand out there. And again, like I said, their cocktail program, I went through, they've got about 15 cocktails posted on their website at St. Luna, and they know what they're doing. And it's cool to read some distiller cocktails that read like a cocktail menu. So
that's really, that's, I like hearing that, you know, that not only are they making like a quality product, but they know what they're doing with their cocktails.
Right.
You know, it all kind of, you know, it makes you a little bit more confident with obviously if you're using them in your bar. That's awesome. That's I really like that bottle and the color of that.
Looks so good. Maybe we could get them on the show. Maybe we could get, if you know the people. That'd be great.
I will absolutely connect with Colby and see if anybody would be interested, because I'd love for them to show what they do and just talk about the product and how they got there. It's a really fun story of how they ended up with the distillery. So
this is the month for it. This is the month.
We still have two more shows.
If we can get them for next week, that would be amazing.
Well, I will certainly reach out to Colby right after this is done and see if we can link up.
Thank you.
Awesome. I can't wait to like start following them on all their socials.
Yes.
You know, like that's
me too.
I love that kind of thing. Great.
I can't wait to
find them
try
on Instagram. We'll look at their website. We'll stalk them a little bit.
Yeah. Tag them.
What you do.
Tag them in a picture. I mean, you know.
I'll write a song. Called Moonlight Revival.
Yes, this is
we'll
the
get them. We
Awesome.
will get them some way.
Take another sip of that, Tyler, because that's what we're tagging them in. There we go. Excellent.
Awesome.
That's funny. We know how to market, man.
Yes, we do. We try. And stickers. I talked to Tyler about doing some stickers. What was your idea for the stickers exactly? Because again, the phone was cutting in and out.
Yeah. I think that the Rainbow Remix logo is awesome. It's very brandable and recognizable. I think if you just took your pre-show logo and just put that onto just the white background with the little cutout, it could either be square or the kind of cool ones.
Yeah.
You've already got the design work done. And
that's all we
really
ever,
cool.
we never, you know, went above and beyond our little kitty logo, you know, and the lesbian lounge, and that was just so notable, especially like if you're at like a festival or someplace crowded or whatever, you know, and then all of a sudden you start seeing it and you're like super aware that's your logo. It's a great feeling. So I definitely think we should get on some stickers.
And I know, like, just because as everybody does these days, you know, I see a lot of advertisement with them. You just put a little QR code on it that links to the page, and people can just right there. When I was in Nashville, a lot of breweries did that. They put up a sticker somewhere with their QR code, and it took you straight to the tour.
It's so funny. I did that just the other day. I was drinking some kind of Coke Zero, like it was called Intergalactic Coke Zero. And I'm like,
that's interesting.
I know. And then I look at it and I'm looking at the writing on it and it's all foreign. And I don't even know what kind of foreign, but it was foreign. And I'm like, what the hell is this? But I did the QR code thing. It's the first time I've ever, aside from COVID wise, it's the first time that I've ever used the QR code to see what something was about, you know? And sure enough, they're launching like all different kinds of Cokes all over Europe.
Oh, cool.
Zero one. And I loved it because it was definitely like a Coke product, but there was like this weird hint of candy. I want to say almost like
really
like cotton candy. just a hint, like when you were done. It was at the very end, and I was like, this is cool. And they only came in the little cans, the tiny little.
Ah,
Yeah. So I got like really addicted. And so then I went to go buy like 6 more and they're sold out.
Oh,
Yep. I knew it. Once you find something good, everybody else finds it.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
So did you say that you want some for your bar, for your pub?
yeah.
We get them made. We'll send them to you.
Thank you. Yeah, we've
That
got
would be so
we've got a little
cool.
toolbox that we're starting to put the stickers of everything that we're all kind of associated with and all of that on.
That's a great
Ah,
idea.
Yeah.
that's
We used
what
to
I
do it
couldn't
with the
remember.
mats, with the beer mats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we, rotated
Yeah.
beers and ales so often.
Mhm.
And yeah, they would be on the pulley things, but
Yeah.
we would also have them in those little things with the straws and the stirs and the
Yeah.
napkins and we'd have those in there. And you'd be surprised how many people just take those for home.
I bet. Do
Yeah.
they let you put coasters out, Tyler,
That's what
like
we're
for
talking about.
other people? Promotional coasters?
We have not done any promotional coasters. We tend to just do black coasters.
Okay.
Just for, I think, because they're cheap and we can order them in bulk and
Mhm.
no one's paying us to let us use their coasters yet. So
If someone supplied you with some coasters, would they let you use them, like those little cardboard ones, or?
that's one that I believe so. We just have to make sure that, anything that we throw out, we have to make sure that gets approval and all of that. But I mean, yeah, I'm pretty
I'm
sure
just
if we had
thinking.
cool coasters, yeah. But I know a lot of places that would do that. So if you got coasters made, especially being, tangential to drinking culture, I'm sure there are plenty of bars that would
He's your
be
man.
happy to advertise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm
the
thinking
best
that,
part about those is they're not awful to ship.
Mhm.
So like
right,
we had them done
right.
at Last Prince in Fort Lauderdale.
Mhm.
And we wanted to send him to him. Your box is literally like this big.
Yep.
And it's not
Exactly,
heavy at all. It's great.
exactly. And I
Those
had them
are
done
those,
at
yeah.
Vistaprint. I did women rock music coasters for the Arts Garage
Oh,
when you did that
nice.
show. And I can have them directly shipped. I mean, the only reason I'm thinking the connection might be because you're our mixologist and maybe
Yes.
people would tune in to see you then. You could
Yes.
get
No,
a
I
fan
think
club going, you know?
yeah. No, I definitely think I would have an outlet for them, even if it's not at my home bar. I do little
Yeah.
pop-ups and things like that I would definitely throw them out at.
Awesome. And no pressure. I'm just thinking,
That's
Oh, I like it.
cool. We'll make him build the following. We could take
That's
a
it.
break.
I,
Yeah,
I
you're putting all the
kinda-
hard work in. Let me take some.
I see a reality show for Tyler as the mixologist. Like, they have the chefs. Well, they need one with that.
They should have. I remember they had like a cool traveling bartender kind of show on the Travel Channel, I think it was.
They did. Yeah, I think they did.
That's
And it was
cool.
weird that it wasn't on the Food Network. Like, our Food Network is different from yours, even though it's the Food Network, but ours is
Yeah.
sponsored by like Lafroig whiskey.
Ooh.
And they
Oh.
show like all our popular chefs, like with a glass of it, having a drink.
Oh,
That's
there
The
you
commercials,
go.
like everything is sponsored by Lafroig, or sometimes it's Glenlivet. That's the other one?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's so funny because like that's never gonna happen in the States.
No.
Yeah. The most you'll see is like Guy Fieri's tequila or something.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of, like him, but with a mixologist. I think it'd be great, Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, definitely.
I know
I
you
know.
can call like lounges, speakeasies, and dives, and still use the
There
dive.
you go. Yes, yes.
I'll sign up if I just get to go find the coolest bars in the country for a living. I'm in.
Right?
Honestly, that's totally an elevator pitch right there. That is
Mhm.
a Netflix elevator pitch.
Yeah.
It was like Guy Fieri, but me.
Right.
And how
Right.
he goes and eats at all these places for free. And how he goes and reviews all these places. It's me with bars.
Right.
Exactly. That's
Yes.
my vision.
Yes.
That
Do it.
is the vision.
Yeah.
All right, we need a producer to watch this.
I know,
We're gonna
exactly.
need
Honestly,
Rainbow Remix will be somehow like sending you out there to do this, and you can go to all the different
after
bars.
each one, you stand outside and you Zoom call us.
Yes.
Give us like a tiny little review.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah.
no, not even that. We've got big production money. So this is great. I'm doing it. I just have 2 folks who need to be there with me.
Yeah,
Part of the shtick. It just works with it.
I'll take the European leg. She'll take the American leg.
Yes, I love that. It'll be
Honestly.
global. We're already global. So
We already took over the world, folks.
That's it. That's it. Oh man, you gotta love Zoom.
we should start our own. We should do that on this channel and just see if it takes off. When you get enough people watching it, then they want to put it on a show. Then you get your show.
You know what, JD? I'm just going to book a trip to Florida. We'll go to like 8 bars and do video reviews.
Yeah.
And then next time I'm in London, we'll go to pubs and just do beer reviews.
So many good bars in Florida.
Yeah.
My God, yeah.
Then I'll go with you when you go to. I'm dying to come to.
Yeah. Well, I'll go to London and we'll just do pubs. We won't even have to do cocktails. We can just go to. We can just try everybody's cask ale.
Exactly. That's exactly what it boils down to.
And you know what? If we went in there telling them we were filming for a show, then you could like maybe go behind the bar and do a drink with their bartender. Like I'm seeing that, right? And then we'll go to all these different places.
Yeah, that would be so challenging. You would literally be working with like Woodford Reserve, Jack Daniels, Jameson, the standard of whiskeys.
But I was raised on those. I can do this.
And the crappiest of mixers.
Right.
Like, take a look at the bar. Take a look at the bar. And be like, so I need to see your kitchen for a second.
Right.
That's exactly how that would go down. Honestly, I used to be like, really? That's how I got hooked on lemonade.
Yeah.
Because they mix everything with lemonade. The first time somebody ordered an amaretto lemonade,
how was that?
I gagged making it.
Sounds
How'd it taste though?
Don't know. I couldn't even handle making it.
That's interesting. I want to make amaretto lemon drops now. That's my we call it our trash palette.
And lemonade and Midori and like a little thing of Midori. Ooh. And I can't remember what the red stuff was. Some kind of red stuff. And it was called a cherry drop, ironically.
Oh.
So, was it grenadine?
It was just weird. Like the mixtures and all that. Like I said, it would be a challenge for you to make an insanely good cocktail at a pub.
That I'm in.
That would be the challenge. There's the angle.
Yeah.
I got to get on this. My wheels are turning.
Right.
The dreamer. I'm the dreamer.
I know. He reminds me of like, did you ever see that movie Night Shift a long time ago with Michael Keaton? And every time he would get night shift, he would say into his little recorder, like, call Starkist. Fish mayonnaise, call Starkist.
Yes.
JD's gonna be like, call Liv.
Yes.
Well, JD, I just joined a band recently. We're playing our first show on Friday. Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I joined a band. We're called Move Through. It's very fun. We've got half of our band is sober, and a lot of our content is about making it through hard times and coming out ahead and still enjoying everything that you enjoyed about life without needing to kind of like suffer while doing so. And we're playing our first show on Friday, but we're working on booking a tour, and I have some connects down in the Florida area to kind of book some small venues. So when not if, but when I play some shows in South Florida, we should find a couple bars and just run a pilot of our little cocktail review.
Let's totally do that.
We can definitely do Mai Kai. We can at least do the Mai Kai in Fort Lauderdale, which is like one of the original tiki
that's
bars.
Legendary.
Yes.
And they're remodeling it. You probably know that. Know that?
Ooh, I didn't know that.
It. Yeah, it's going through a total renovation.
I'm just happy to know they're still open, let alone improving. That's awesome.
They hung in there.
Yeah,
they hung in there. Ooh. There's a lot of those. Like, do you remember I don't want to call them like dive bars, but like shooters and Dirty Nellies and bootleggers and all those places that were down on the Intercoastal. Yesterday's. I mean, those are still, they might have a different name, but they're still there. They're still on the Intercoastal and they still kick ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think those are literally called beach bars because they're like hole in the wall dive bars, but they're there and they're stuck and you're not going to get rid of them because everybody's there for a reason, and they do that.
Always be popcorn shrimp on the menu. Yeah. That's it.
So where are you
nice.
touring?
That's fun.
Well, we're gonna make sure we don't kill each other at our first show. But after this, we'll probably do a small Tennessee tour because we got easy connects there. But then I know a few people on the East Coast that I would reach out to and just see who's still planning and dates. So we'd like to do an East Coast stint maybe through like late fall, if we could.
Nice.
And then
Are you saying like bars, or what kind of places are you playing? Because maybe I could make some connections for you down here if I know someone.
I'll have my people reach out to your people.
Yes.
Well done.
I am my people. I have a couple of people now, actually. I do have 2 people now, but I was my.
All right. Then I'll find a friend who will act as my person and they'll contact your people.
Okay.
I'm just going to sit back and watch.
It
Listen, this has been amazing. That is all such good news. And I feel like you guys have more to talk about offline.
Oh, yes.
Between booking next week's guest and booking a tour. So I'm going to go enjoy the last of the daylight and let you guys get to business.
All right. Reality show.
Fantastic. Tyler, thank you so much for joining us during Pride Month.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
I just want to say a week from today at Kubar in London is the big Pride kickoff. And then there's all sorts of events going on, I believe, all over South Florida this week into next week. So fun. Go do them, find them, look them up, go support.
I will let you know.
Okay.
And Tyler's back on every 3rd week, by the way. We talked about that.
Okay.
My schedule is finally stabilized again.
Yes.
So I am back in.
Brilliant. Okay, you guys. Well, make it a happy time.
Yes.
Like, never stop chasing your dreams. There, see?
With voices in my head.
We drank way too much whiskey.
I try to find a reason to get out of my bed. My mind is so distracted by what used to be a dream. The best things in life aren't always what they seem. I'll start a new page, take a new direction, dance in the rain, try some reinvention. With faith I will get through the storm. I'll find my way on my own. I'm almost home. There's a freedom in the feeling. There's nothing left to lose. And my future destination will be what I will choose. I know life can be tough. I'll be a little tougher. When I see the lightning, I won't fear the thunder. I'll start a new page, take a new direction, dance in the rain, try some reinvention. With faith I will get through the storm. I'll find my way on my own. I'm almost home. Sometimes it was a hunger that kept me alive, but I've made my peace and I have survived. I'm almost home. Life can be tough. I'll be a little tougher when I see the lightning. I won't fear the thunder. I'll start a new page, take a new direction, dance in the rain, try some reinvention. With faith I will get through the storm.